Wallace Gator Bradley will speak in solidarity with police crimes. The urban translator, please come up.
Thank you. You know, I watched her grow up as a little girl when I came to a protest with her mother in Riverdale, and to see that she has grown to become a moderator, to make us do what's right, and that is get into a serious fight, to let the police officers know that they are criminals. That can be done. I know I'm a former criminal. I'm a former enforcer for Larry Hoover. So I do know that when we was terrorizing the community, Larry Hoover made a decision to go from gangster disciple to growth and development, to make us become a product to make the streets safe within our community. Safe from corrupt police officers, judges, and state's attorneys. Today, sometimes I have a front page story where the black aldermen have finally came together and realized that the violence that's happening in their community is by design. They realize that the police officers are monitoring the tweets and the Facebook of the various street organizations saying they're gonna come and kill the opposition of their different organizations, and they don't stop it. If the police came in here and arrested me and was not in here for drugs, they don't know if I'm gonna sleep in the drugs, I'm gonna swim in the drugs, but they're gonna say my intention was to distribute drugs. When they mounted a video that's saying that they're about to kill someone, and they don't stop that, that individual is telling that's his intention. What I mean about that in the short time that I'm here, when you see the state's attorney drop 15 drug cases because 3 police officers got arrested, and they arrested those individuals within those 15 cases. The police officers were in Schaumburg. But then when a police officer called me from Schaumburg, because he sees my Bradley report and he sees my phone number in there, I don't have fear nothing but God, so I ain't got no shame, I ain't running, I ain't ducking, I ain't hiding. And he said, Gator, I think the state attorney dealing in selective prosecution. I said, yeah, you're right, because you need to lock up police officers. I went at him like that, yeah. He said, but no, listen to me. Why is it she has dropped no cases of police officers who have been arrested, who have went to jail, and they have tortured and murdered individuals in Chicago? He said now, Schaumburg in Cook County, Chicago in Cook County, there's something wrong with that picture when she just go at 3 officers in Schaumburg. I ain't condoning no crime from GDs or FOP. I'm just saying he made a serious point, to the point that I was in a meeting with a bunch of preachers. And they invited me to the meeting. And I see the state's attorney coming to the meeting. She's not even on the agenda. And it's down to me that elections coming next year are very close.
Who is the state's attorney?
The state's attorney is Anita Alvarez. So I sit there, and I have to be the one to get the mic first, not to ask a question, but to make a statement. How is it you telling our community and coming to our community talking about it's up to the judges? It is not up to the judges to free them individuals. The state's attorney, by the office of the state's attorney, have that power vested in her to right the wrong. And when I tell them this, they say, well, Gator, man, you know, no. I just saw it all over the media. The police committed the crime in DuPage County. It became a federal case. They released them out of county jail. Some of them, they go in the penitentiary and release them. If they were on parole, they take the parole away from them and tell them that they're sorry. It's something real sick. When this woman can continue to break the law selectively. And I told her, how is it you can't free Gerald Reed, George Anderson, Javon, Deloney, Ivan Smith, and the other torture victims that the Torture Commission that was made into law say that they was tortured? How is it when we read about all these police, Bannigan and the SOS squad, whatever they were sticking up people, kicking their doors in, and you have not brought one case of the individual who's arrested by these police officers because they're from Chicago. So now that the aldermen are saying, Superintendent, we want to see what you're getting ready to do, because he got the power to tell O'Brien, who's the new John Burge, 36 tortures, Javon, Ivan Smith, George Anderson. And I go to the police board and I give them this and I tell them, here it is right here. They got another police board meeting coming up shortly. Go and tell them, do his job. The alderman say, do your job. And then we call the alderman who had the heart in the Black Caucus meeting to say, hey dude, our heads are on the chopping block. And we'd rather chop off yours before the people chop off ours. All the social media piece that we got here, I went and got me an iPad so I can put it out. We can send it out. They don't want nobody to see the unification. I'll sit there and watch 4 friends of mine get up here and testify about their children being killed, not by a gangbang, but by a police officer, and the police officer still working. Yeah. And it is. That's not no picture, that's a nightmare. That is criminal. That is criminal. All we need to do is take time one day between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. You ain't got to stay there for a while. But come downtown when you hear the call come from this body. Or tell your friends that's working downtown. Everybody just stop and go to City Hall. We did it in the 90s. 10,000 strong, young gang bangers. There were gang members. And we came down at 12 o'clock. When they realized we was down there, they closed the door on everybody that left their job to go to lunch. Whether it was from City Hall, State of Illinois, the city, the Board of Trade, and when they realized it, they locked the doors because they thought we were coming. They didn't know what it was. But they locked out all the employees, so therefore they shut down everything. They shut down government because of the people. All lives around the world is on Chicago. Because either they're watching Jesse Jr., trying to see how much time Jesse Jr. gets, or because they're watching Barack Obama to see if he's going to really cry because a black child got killed. No. Or they watching, it's the same 24 hours. They watching what we're doing here in Chicago, on the campus of the University of Chicago. Because Ron comes to the University of Chicago and say he got a solution with this BAM to stop the violence. I'm just saying, I'm going to leave it on this end. Miss Reed, I saw Javon's mom here. I see Miss Plummer here. I see this sister here. O'Brien tortured her 15-year-old son. And then came back got him and framed him again. I'm just saying, the wondering of what we have to do, that's long past. Action is happening as we speak, and you just heard it from me. And I'm Wallace Gator Bradley, urban translator. That's not my nickname, that's my profession.